Hey, hi ladies. How are you? Well, I felt led to make this video. Um, I haven't really shared any full testimonies about myself. I've been posting on YouTube now, this particular channel, for about 3 months, I would say. And by my posting, you can tell I'm a Christian, and I've said it. And I have a lot of testimonies, various categories. But I feel led as I'm driving this van today to talk about how important it is to have boundaries, how important it is to learn to do certain things by yourself and not be helpless. I strongly believe in a balance. As I grow older, I see how important it is. There was one time I was extremely independent, and that can cause problems sometimes between the opposite sex, if you're extreme. But I've learned, as I learn about the opposite sex and myself, and about females and men and how we're wired and etc., and as I get older and have more wisdom and understanding, I learn to give and take and pull back and sometimes be the damsel in distress if I need to be. But I am very careful in knowing who to allow to help me out and do certain things for me. As you see, I have a posting the other day about the young lady who was the protester, the Black Lives Matter protester, who was sexually assaulted several times by this man that she allowed to help her. She has nowhere to live. She's somewhat homeless and was staying at some kind of church shelter and was trying to get her way back there when he probably talked her into telling her how much she has a house, and he's a 49-year-old, so he knows what to say to a 19-year-old who's naive and young and, can be easily impressed. And turned out that his house was some all messed up, dilapidated, based on how they describe it in the news. It wasn't even a good quality house, but of course he probably painted a nice picture and get her to come to his house to take a shower and everything, because she's out there protesting all day and probably icky and sticky, and it's in Florida. You're out in the sun. I can imagine how she was just dying for a nice shower and stuff, and just didn't see what was more important, that she was vulnerable, as I said, and valuable, and shouldn't just take a chance like that, and lost her life, raped several times by this criminal who has been in and out in jail several times. And I go back and Google the news several times after I put that post up, I saw that he confessed several times, saying he got her to come to his house. Also had that lady that he killed, also the other white activist, older lady. I guess he killed her because she was the witness that she picked them up. I guess he had no car. She picked him up, took he and the young lady to his house. And I guess because she's a witness, that's why he ended up killing her. And knowing that, okay, when this young lady go missing, she can say, well, I remember picking up this young lady and with this man and taking her, dropping her off at his house. So, I brought this up to say that it's so important to know to do a lot of things for yourself. And as I rent this van, I have learned over the years to do a lot by myself. It cost me sometimes back pain. I used to have back pain at one point in my life. I don't have it anymore, thank God, because I'm a praying woman. I quote scriptures of healing over myself. I pray daily over myself for healing, so I don't have back pain anymore. And there are certain things I don't do, like I used to lift big heavy furniture because I was so disgusted by men who try to take advantage of me when I try to ask for their help. Men who try to use me sexually, was just to lift a furniture, make it seem I would have to sleep with them, and I was just disgusted and fed up. So I am naturally independent, but I got even more fierce independent when I see what I had to go through as a young woman. Whenever I had to move or anything, because by that time I was separated and from my husband, and we were divorced at one point, so I was on my own. And when I had to move or do anything that I considered, I buy some heavy fixture stuff or need a lock change or whatever, you know, I go through such hell. I have one good friend, shout out to you, Francis, a male friend, who taught me how to change a lock as a woman. And after a while, I didn't have to spend a lot of money changing lock. I knew how to change lock. And as I said in my little video that I did it on the swing, that I'm very adventurous and I love things that get my adrenaline running and everything. I get on high when I say I could change my own lock. I remember one time I rented this big old truck. I was moving and I rented the big truck. And this guy was like, oh my God, a little tiny woman like you driving that big truck. And I felt like, whoa. You know, I just love seeing that I'm able to do certain things and achieve certain things. And it takes me a couple of years to realize, you know what? Because of the things I went through from men,